Hi everyone, my name is Arielle and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently attempting a through hike of the Pacific Crest Trail and we are just leaving Kennedy Meadows, which means we're headed into the Sierra. I am so freaking excited. We've done over 700 miles so far and this is definitely the part of the trail I have been looking forward to the most. This has been like 10 years in the making, so excited to be back in the mountains. Let's hike. Kind of crazy how much longer the days are getting. It's actually like 8 p.m. and it's still fairly light outside. It feels well, I don't want to say it feels earlier because it does. I feel like ready to be in my tent, but it's also kind of weird that it's just still so bright. It was a pretty good day. We did about 21 miles today, but a lot of climbing. It was like 5,600 feet of vert gain today, and we're camping at like 10,000 feet. So I think this is our highest campsite yet, which is kind of crazy that we'll just be up here most of the next couple of weeks, but kind of exciting. The scenery has been so beautiful and I've just loved the views. I'm definitely adjusting to the weight of having the bear can, especially this carry, because we'll do Whitney in this stretch, so we have a whole extra day's worth of food, and we actually have like a surprisingly long water carry. There is potentially a source for water in the middle of the day tomorrow, but the comments on Far Out Guide kind of are not super promising. So we all tried to bring a little bit extra, and with the hopes that maybe we can just like fill up a little bit there, but we won't like fully rely on it. So I had to carry like my max water capacity for the last little bit of the climb to where we're camped tonight. But yeah, overall really good day. I'm so excited to be here. Like it's been such an amazing change of scenery so far. So anyways, that's my update for tonight. I'm gonna just like update my hiker logbook and things like that on my phone and then call it a night. See you in the morning. So we just got to the water source where we're planning on camping tonight, which would have made today actually like a roughly 22.5-mile day, but it's like 4:30 and I wouldn't say we're feeling like amazing, but we feel like we could still walk a little bit further. And there happens to be our very first alpine lake in 4 miles from here. So we're gonna go camp at our first lake. I'm so excited. It's called Chicken Spring Lake, which for some reason is really hard to say. But anyways, time to hike. Well, that makes today a 26-mile day, but totally worth it. Man, what a day. I'm so glad we pushed on to the lake. One, it's very beautiful and it's like such a gorgeous place to camp. But two, it sets us up like well for our future plans. So this is the stretch of the trail where you have the option to summit Whitney, which we are definitely going to do. And we want to do it at sunrise. So we've been trying to set ourselves up to have like reasonable amount of miles in tomorrow to Crabtree Meadows, which is where you would camp. And then from there, we want to hike at sunrise to Whitney. So our plan was to only do 22 today, but the draw of the lake was too strong and we were efficient with our miles. So of course, pushing here makes tomorrow a shorter day, which will probably be for the best because we're planning on getting up, I don't know, probably like 1 a.m. So we're hoping to get to camp early enough tomorrow that we can have like just some downtime to hang and relax and go to bed super early so we can get as much rest as possible for that adventure. But yeah, today was a really good day. Definitely the last mile was tough, was really like struggling to get here, but like really proud. Like the fact that we did nearly 26 miles today is pretty crazy. And like just feeling so much stronger, which is a really good feeling. So yeah, I'm loving this Sierra so far. It is so beautiful. Like everywhere you look is amazing. And this is just the beginning. I'm going to sleep so well tonight. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, I can finally breathe enough to talk to you guys. We have had quite the bit of climbing in the last couple of miles. We started the day with mostly like rolling downhill and flat, so it was very chill. And then it's not like that much vertical gain, but it's like over a short amount of time, so it felt pretty steep, and we're like above 10,000 feet, so definitely feeling the elevation a little bit. We're back on the downhill for a smidge and just making our way to Crabtree Meadow, where we'll camp tonight, kind of like as a base camp for sunrise on Whitney tomorrow. So excited. So it's like 7:15 and we are all ready for bed.
Yeah, it's going to be an early start or a late start. We're not quite sure whether or not it counts as morning or night. But yeah.
What's the plan?
So, well, we're going to summit Whitney tomorrow morning, which is pretty crazy. So we're getting up at 12:30 and heading off at 1 and hopefully catch a sunrise at 5:30 in the morning.
We heard the people today got kind of skunked with some clouds, so we're hoping that's not the same for us, but we're very excited. And this will be Spice's first 14er.
Yes, I'm very excited. So let's do this.
It's going to be a good day. All right, we'll see you in the morning.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, over and over again. Going right back to the start, starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be in love. And even if I'm chasing you,
I'm so glad we made the sunrise mission. It is beautiful up here. We've been up here actually for quite a while. It's like on the PCT for Whitney, you have to camp west of the ranger station, so it's 7.5 miles roughly to the summit, and quite a bit of climbing. And so we were hoping to be here by 5 a.m. but we actually got here at like 4:45 and it was so cold, so I'm literally wearing every single one of my layers, and I was like bundled up excuse me, in my sleeping bag until like literally just a couple minutes ago. But oh, so magical. I obviously didn't film much on the way up because it was completely dark, but I'll try to film a bunch on the way down so you can see, because I have a feeling it's gonna be amazing. There were so many sections where I was like, ooh, I bet you the views are awesome. All right, a couple more minutes to enjoy the view, and then we head back down.
I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. Try to fit you in a box with a little bit of passion, but because you won't fit, I throw a fit and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my.
So it's actually been a couple hours since I filmed anything. We got back to like our area where we had camped near Crabtree Meadows and took like a couple hour nap in the shade, which was much needed. But tomorrow we are hiking Kearsarge Pass, and from what we were reading on Far Out Guides, it looks like the snow situation isn't too bad right now, but we still would like to be a little bit closer so that we can be going over the pass somewhat earlier in the morning or earlier in the day. So we're doing 4 more miles today, which makes today a pretty big day, but we're making it happen. I've eaten like so much food today. Luckily we had packed an extra dinner, so I ate that for lunch, but seriously, I'm gonna eat every single drop of food that I brought with me for this stretch. The altitude and the vert, so hungry.
And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do.
This is a really beautiful campsite, but I think it's worth noting that I am in my full rain gear right now because the mosquitoes are so bad. All right, I'm gonna get my tent. It's just crazy out here. Well, this may be the earliest I've ended up in my tent. It's 7:30 now, but I've been in here for over an hour because like I said, the mosquitoes are so bad. I think in the future, like right now we're camped near a water source. And even though in theory that sounds like it'd be awesome to have like water while you're camping and like to do all your camp chores and stuff, I think the mosquitoes are just too awful. So we talked about trying to find ways to like camp like a mile past water so that we don't have to deal with so much of this. But anyways, other than that, it's been a really amazing day. Like one of my favorite days on trail. I just can't get over how beautiful it was up there. I hope that some of these videos do it justice, because it truly is just magical. And yeah, I know some of you guys use this for planning, so I meant to say this earlier. Today is June 6th, 2022. And besides like one tiny little patch of snow, which I showed you, there was no snow crossing on Whitney, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's an early night tonight. We didn't really get much sleep last night, as you know, because we had a 12:30 a.m. alarm today, and we've done a lot of hiking. So I'm excited to call it a night early. And yeah, we have our first Kearsarge Pass tomorrow. Headed up Forester. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Bye.
This here is a river crossing. We must cross this in order to continue on the trail.
I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose my.
So we have a handful of river crossings this morning that when the water is high can be like potentially dangerous, but so far we've been able to rock hop all of them and like not have to get our shoes wet. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it still feels early enough that the water would be higher, but most of the snow has already melted, so crazy times.
But we'll never die young. We can die young. But we'll never die young. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my.
So I know it's a little shadowy, so it might be hard to tell on the video, but that was the chute crossing, and it's pretty much all melted out, fully melted out on the trail. But I could totally see how crossing that when it's all snowy could be pretty precarious, because the chute just goes all the way down. But today, because it's all melted, it's mellow, and obviously I'm too winded to talk, so I'll chat with you at the top.
Yours here right now, the kind of night we dream about.
So there's actually only a couple of like short switchbacks after that section, and we're officially here, Forester Pass, the highest part of the PCT, 13,200 feet, my friends. Feels pretty darn good to be up here, and it is so beautiful.
Yeah, time flies when you get it right, so hold on tight to me. Love like we never grew up, and live like you just get one tonight. We're kings and queens. One blink and it's over. Wake up and we're older tonight. We're kings and queens.
for sunrise yesterday was awesome, but I'm not gonna lie, today may rival it as one of my favorite days on trail. It was just such a great day. Forester Pass was awesome. It was just the views were really great, and the whole side that we climbed up, there really wasn't any snow, at least on any of like the steep or scary parts, and there was some snow on the downward side. I personally didn't use my spikes, although I did carry them, or an ice axe, but there were people in my group that did use spikes, so I think it was kind of just like a level of what you were comfortable with. But I felt like, yeah, most of the snow, as long as I like took my time and used my poles, I could kind of make my way down. But I also was slightly earlier in the day than some of the other people in the group, so I feel like the snow may have been more firm and like just maybe a little bit easier to traverse with all of that. So that was awesome and just like so fun. You like come to the end of the valley and it looks like there's just a wall all around you, and then all of a sudden you see this little trail going up it. So that was awesome. And then when we got to like midway down the other side, we came across this like lake that was partially frozen, and decided to have lunch there, and then decided to go for a swim. And I don't think I've ever jumped in a lake that had ice on it before, but it was awesome. It was cold for sure, don't get me wrong, but it felt really good, and pretty much all of us got in. Just all around such a good day. Like, the views are so beautiful. I just cannot get over how stunning it is in every single direction you look here. I mean, I had high expectations for the Sierra because everyone talks about how amazing it is, and it's even blowing that out of the water. I'm so happy to be here. So the plan for tomorrow is we only have like 2 more PCT trail miles, and then we're gonna take Kearsarge Pass out down into Bishop for a much needed 0. The hiker hunger, I thought I knew what it was in the desert, but the hiker hunger in the Sierra is real, and I am craving some real food. I've had to actually start to like ration myself to make sure I don't eat through all my food, which is a new experience for me. But anyways, such an awesome day. I'm just like literally overflowing with happiness right now. So I'm gonna call it another early night, and yeah, that's it. That's my update for the day.
Love like we never grew up, live like you just get one tonight. We're kings and queens. One blink and it's over. Wake up and we're older tonight. We're kings and queens. Time flies when you get it right, so hold on tight to me.
So this is the top of Kearsarge Pass, which is not technically on the PCT, but this is where we head out to go towards Independence and Bishop. And it's actually one of our longest off PCT trails that it takes to get into town. So it's 7.5 miles each way, and you have to go fully over Kearsarge, like up and then down to get down into like the area for town. So we're definitely earning our town food this time around, but honestly, this is so beautiful up here that it feels totally worth it. Like, some of the views this morning have just been absolutely spectacular. So now we're gonna go all the way down into that valley and enjoy some town food and showers and other things, but I feel like food is the most pressing for me right now.
Love like we never grew up, live like you just get one tonight. We're kings and queens. One blink and it's over. Wake up, but we're older tonight. We're kings and queens.
Well, we are officially back at the trailhead after another awesome and much needed zero. We were able to actually get a ride down into Bishop, but on the way back we took like a bus shuttle thing to Independence and hitched a ride up to here. But I feel like this is a good place to end this week's video. I feel like it's probably a longer one than usual because there's just so many amazing things to show you. So I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Sunday from my adventure here on the PCT. And yeah, I'll see you next week as we head back up Kearsarge Pass.